To the Secretary of Justice, what happened to that NBI agent that was called by Mr. Estrella? Na person-to-person call na lang ngayon, hindi na NBI ang tinawag, yun na lang mismong NBI na kaibigan niya ang tinawag. What happened to that guy? You'll forgive me if I raise my voice. I'm sick and tired of this.
Your Honor,
You all have to be ashamed of yourselves.
may I ask Your Honor, the MBI Deputy Director is with us.
Anong ginawa niyo doon sa INT na yun? Na nakialam?
Sir, that was the statement of Director Estrella that he called his friend, Director Lito Magno. At that time, sir, Director Lito Magno was assigned in at the office of the DD Ross, Deputy Director for Regional Operations Service. And
Would you say, and if I remember correctly, I asked you this question, he was floating at that time? He had issues, right?
yes, Your Honor. I think he used to be assigned in Region 3 and he was recalled and assigned
Because of issues there.
that I am not aware of, Your Honor.
Kindly be candid. You said he was floating, he had issues.
Maybe that's it, Your Honor.
You know, tama na yung kabaro, ha? Kaya nasisira yung buong NBI, nasisira yung buong kapulisan, pati mga judges dahil sa kabaro system. Hindi porque kabaro nyo, exempted yan. What have we done with him?
Now he is now assigned in Region 1, Your Honor.
And he's not under investigation?
Not, Your Honor.
Did he not call the NBI?
No.
He did not, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
He just did so on his own, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is why we are going to go hammer and tongs against Mr. Estrella and that person. And if this continues on, I'm ready to say, all the BOC people, and we have that recommendation, dapat file ng kaso. Dadagdagan ko na yan pagka hindi nyo mapaliwanag yan. Na nakakagulat yung sinasabing wala na tayong kaso. Of course not. This is not personal. There are people who are being killed for lesser quantities and yet these big quantities hindi nyo mahuli-huli. Botch the whole operation. Alright, I think we've heard enough on this matter and I hope, Secretary of Justice, please facilitate this already.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to correct the impression that we're advertising the weakness of this case. We are discussing this matter, so in the future, we can correct whatever mistakes
Definitely, I
that
agree with
could have
that.
been committed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
So there's no intention to advertise the weakness of this case, Mr.
I never
Chairman.
said that there was an intention. I was referring to the Secretary of Justice na sinabi patay.
Your Honor, I was just quoting some of the police personalities immediately after the seizure. But truth to tell, the Secretary of Justice doesn't know anything of any case during its preliminary investigation. I do not meddle in this case. It is only after this has been appealed to my office, the office of the Secretary, and in a petition for review, that I will be poking on the details of this case. But at this stage, Your Honor, your Secretary of Justice knows nothing about the actual facts of this
Thank you,
case.
sir. I just want to show you some, we do our homework here. This is not under your watch. The case against the Alabang boys is not the only high-profile case dismissed by the Department of Justice. Data from the PIDEA, Legal Prosecution Service, revealed that there were 9 other cases dismissed from 2003 to 2008. The most common reasons for dismissing the cases are lack of evidence and illegal arrests. Among these are Naguilian La Union Clandestine Laboratory, date of operation July 9, 2008, date dismissed November 12, 2008. Already the biggest haul of illegal drugs in the country, the Cebu Laboratory, was raided and evidences were hoarded into 6 trucks for investigation. Evidence was found included burners, 24 LPG tanks, 52 cauldrons, 80 sacks of soda, potassium hydrate, 79 bottles of iodine crystals, 15 barrels of phosphorus, 65 boxes of ethanol and other items suspected to have been used to manufacture shabu. An estimated 180,000 kilos of shabu, or equivalent to 1 trillion pesos, can be manufactured with these materials. 4 months after the raid, the case against Police Superintendent Dionisio Borromeo, Rodolfo Damian, First Class PO1, Eusebio Tanggalin, dapat tanggalin talaga, George Cordero, Joey Abang, 5 of the 6 arrested suspects, was dismissed. In January 4, 2009, Justice Secretary Raul Gonzalez, heeding the call of President Arroyo, ordered the reinvestigation of the case. Now, I hope this is not be the case with the Secretary of Justice at present time. There are other cases. Pagsawitan, Santa Cruz, Laguna, clandestine laboratory, case dismissed. January 10, 2008. Subic smuggling case, state operation, May 25, 2008. An estimated 4.62 billion worth of illegal drugs was confiscated when in transport to Subic. The kilos of shabu were sealed in cardboard boxes and were labeled as computer parts. Investigations led authorities to the warehouse owned by Anthony Anton Ang, where 60 more boxes of illegal drugs were found. Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority Administrator Armand Daresa claimed that Ang tried to bribe the Presidential Anti-Smuggling Group and SBM agents with 50 million to dismiss the case. His case was dismissed 3 months later. We have a very, very sordid, very, very sad record of justice against drugs in this country. And we also have an equally indecent record of killings in this country, so that the people are up in arms against young people being killed, against many people who are being killed in jail because of judges who are stupid enough to come out and give illegal search warrants. And now this. You cannot blame this representation. We work very, very hard here, and that's not the case. That is not the problem. The problem is when the case is prepared, we must win the case. We will look very, very closely at every one of you on this matter. Let justice be done, though the heavens fall.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let me now go to the BIR. Under the system in the Bureau of Customs, Your Honor, and thank you for coming this morning. You will forgive my sudden outburst. It is sincerely meant. And I hope you understand. There are 2 layers. The Bureau of Customs collects the taxes from duties and tariff. In this particular case, they have crossed the line. They even went to drugs. Now, some of these people are here. Mr. Taguba is here. And all these people brought drugs. Whether they knew it or not, doesn't matter, because it is considered mala prohibita. On the other hand, they also have other materials that were captured, and I asked the NBI already to proceed and give us the material list. I have not gotten the complete list as yet. What is the record of the BIR? And I will remind the Bureau of Customs. Is Sid La Peña here? Mr. Gambala?
Good morning, Your Honor, sir. Commissioner La Peña is now in a conference in the Department of Finance, but he said he will try to catch up, sir, after
Better
the...
call it to catch up.
Yes, sir.
I'm missing my other committees here because of this hearing.
Yes, sir.
Now let me say this. Do you have, for example, what we ask you? No less than Senate President Drilon, former Senate President Drilon asked, and I asked. He asked for 1 year, I asked 5 years of all the alert orders issued. Do you have that?
In my possession, sir, right now, sir, is only the time from September to 2016 to August 2017. Because the previous year, sir, it was with the ports, so we're still collating all the reports from the port, sir, so that it could be submitted to you. But we have already, we'll be submitting, sir, only the September 2016 to August 2017, which was in the command center record, sir.
Will the ComSec please try to secure that information, and let's wait for the others. We will get the 5 years of alert orders
Yes, sir.
and their results.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, the BIR, do you have a track record in the last 5 years, even before you, or for that matter, while under your term? Have you discovered whether you are in fact collecting your taxes adequately? You are supposed to be guarding one another. If they lower the taxes collected or duties collected in customs, you can actually find out the real value when they sell it through the VAT. Is that correct, sir?
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning, sir.
Based on your request, we submitted our collection report for the past 5 years. Now, we have a procedure from the Bureau about this monitoring of importers, of brokers, and we issue authority to release imported goods. We call this the latter as ATRIG.
That's it.
ATRIG. Yes, Your Honor.
ATTRIT.
80 porters. In an attempt, I understand, to identify them and to monitor smuggling.
Yes, sir.
After these importers' certificates are given, or the broker's certificate are given, then they go back to the Bureau of Customs. That's where their importation and all their documents are processed. The authority to release imported goods, they come back to us because we want to make sure that we can compute the value-added tax and the excise tax, if any, on these imported goods. After we have released that, the ball is with the Bureau of Customs for collection. In fact, we don't even have a share on the collection of VAT and excise tax because these are credited to the Bureau of Customs. Now, I have with me, Your Honors, the Assistant Commissioner for Collection and the Regional Director of the BIR who has jurisdiction with the Bureau of Customs. I brought them with me, Your Honors, to give this committee an update on what we have done after we were aware, after listening for the hearings of this honorable committee, with respect to the names that came out in this hearing, Your Honor. With your permission, I can ask the Regional Director of Manila to update this committee on what we have done in terms of identifying the specific persons.
Yes, sir. I know that you're doing your job, but what I'd like to know is whether you find any inconsistency or you find anything distorting, that is distorted from your reports against that of Customs. Can you answer that, please?
Your Honor, I am Alfredo Misahon of the Collection Service of the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
You have taken your oath.
Not yet, Your Honor.
Please stand up. State your name and position.
I am Alfredo Misahon.
Can you talk to the microphone, please?
I am Alfredo Misahon of the Bureau of Internal Revenue.
Alfredo Misahon.
OIC Assistant Commissioner.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding?
I do, Your Honor.
What is your position again?
OIC Assistant Commissioner for the Collection Service.
Collection Service. And you're based in Manila.
Sorry, sir.
You're based in Manila, sir.
I'm based in the National Office of the
And you monitor, please sit down. And you thank you. And you monitor all these things that have been going on here.
As far as issuance of importer's clearance certificate, that is the work of one of my divisions, sir.
But you're made aware of it, I'm sure.
Sure, sir.
You are made aware of it, or at least you monitor it.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, go ahead. Did you find anything inconsistent?
Well, under Section 12A of the National Internal Revenue Code, the Bureau of Customs is deputized as collection agent of the Bureau of Internal Revenue for the collection of internal revenue taxes. In other words, Your Honor, the Bureau of Customs is given all the leeway to collect the taxes as having fallen under their jurisdiction, and the BIR had nothing to do with it because the collection that are supposed to be collected by them are part of the collection goal that are assigned to them by the DBCC.
We have been made aware of that by our commissioner very ably. My question is simple. Did you find, in your review of the performance of the BIR or the customs, that there is something discordant about it?
Your Honor, I'm not.
Well, let me be precise then. I think you're going to say, if I'm not trying to cut you off, but I don't think you're getting the drift of my question. For an example, you're supposed to review somebody who's going to apply for a clearance to import, right? Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Especially those that get into the green lane
I'm not aware of it, Your
or
Honor.
the red lane
I'm not aware
or
of
the
it.
yellow lane.
I'm not
What are you
aware.
aware of then? What are you only assigned to check?
Our tax clearance section, Your Honor, is only only receives application for tax clearance or
Did you give a
importer's
tax clearance, therefore, to Ms. Tatad?
So that no, Your Honor, I'm not aware of that, Your Honor.
Are you familiar with Ms. Tatad?
I'm not, Your Honor.
Ms. Tatad is a sole proprietor, and she was able to get clearance from customs to import a lot of stuff, a lot of containers, and including the drugs that were brought in.
So see, as I learned, Your Honor, from one of our people, Ms. Tatad was able to secure a clearance.
And who was that who issued the clearance?
It's the Office of the Accounts Receivable Monitoring Division, or ARMD.
Mr.
Christian
Commissioner, I
Cuneta
don't think I'm
Castillo.
going to be able to get much from your witness here. I just want to know, if you are, your office here, one of your offices are assigned, nasiya sa atin kung ito mga mag-i-import ay may kakayahan at nagbabayad ng sapat na buwisan para mapayagan makapag-import, eh dapat alam nila na ito si Ms. Tatad ay nagre-review for school teacher. At siya ay single proprietorship na pumasok siya sa green lane na hindi siya isang korporasyon na yung pinasukan niya ay dapat ma-inspeksyon kung talagang tutusin dahil galing ang goods sa China at napakarami niyang ini-import. Tama po ba yung sinasabi ko?
Well, yeah, okay.
As I mentioned earlier, Your Honor, after we got the names of those involved in this particular importation, I asked the Regional Director of Manila to immediately look into the records. With your permission, we can allow him to
Sino po
state.
yan?
Mr. Gubalya, Your Honor.
Mr. I'm sorry, this has been a tough morning.
Your Honor, I am Director Gubalya of Manila. Your statement just earlier regarding Ms. Tatad of EMT Trading, my answer to that is she was able to get an import clearance in the BIR. And the one who issued the clearance is from our main office. Right now in Manila, wherein I have jurisdiction over the Port of Manila, when this hearing came about, I proactively get all the names. Actually, all the players here, I have already some data against them. So I'm very aware that Ms. Tatad is just a school teacher. She was able to get a...
No, she's not just a school teacher. She is a school teacher.
sorry for the just... she's a school teacher. And then...
Just got her license.
License last year, 2016. And then her first import, according to our data, which we got from the Bureau of Customs, it arrived April 2017.